Dreamcast guy here. Today we're talking about Xbox because
Talking about my Xbox, Dreamcast guy can kick rocks. Talking about my Sarah Bone. Talk about my Xbox, hitting with cycletas. Talk about my Sarah Bone. Talk about my Xbox, Dreamcast guy can kick rocks. Talk about my Xbox is dead. Talk about my Xbox, Dreamcast guy can kick rocks. Talk about my cerebral. Talk about my Xbox, Dreamcast guy can kick rocks. Hit him with cicletas, cerebral.
at this point, the Xbox Series X is a catastrophe. The current gen Xbox has no games, no hype, no exclusives, no reason to even care about it. And the sales reflect that. The Xbox Series X is honestly one of the lowest selling mainstream systems of all time. But
That award will go to the Wii U. What are you talking about, man? I find it so funny that you got a Dreamcast hat on your head, but yet the Xbox most definitely outsold that. You know. But like I said, man, sales doesn't necessarily mean the product is good, man. I'm just saying, you got a dying platform, and that hat needs to be washed. It is dirty beyond belief, bro. Like, I know you use it for the gimmick for your YouTube video, but man, that hat is dirty.
just now, the president of Xbox, Sarah Bond, has released a very strange statement that I have to admit, it honestly frustrates me. She said, yes, the next gen Xbox is in full-blown development.
So
it's
what?
coming very, very soon.
So why would... Oh, I see why that frustrates you. Because it debunks every single take that you had from this point forward, bro. You're still at it, bro. Talk about my Xbox. Dreamcast guy can kick rocks. Talk about my cerebral. Talk about my Xbox. Dreamcast guy can kick rocks. Cerebral secletas. Oh. I mean, what?
It's going to cost, very likely, $1,200 to $1,500. She's saying that this is going to be basically the most expensive console of all time, and it's just going to be a PC. It's going to be a mid-range gaming PC.
You know what I find so funny? That Microsoft is actually giving gamers what they actually want, which is the freedom to be able to play and how they want to play about video games. And this is a problem? If the new Xbox is essentially a PC hybrid, that makes it better. I've never heard Nintendo's owners say, "Oh, I still want Nintendo to make a home." I mean, they can, honestly. They should make a home console, No, they're happy with the hybrid between portable and console gaming with the Switch 2, Switch 1 or Switch 2. Why can't Xbox gamers not be happy with their hybrid? Oh, that's right. Ding, 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 ding. Good answer, girl. Because those PlayStation games will be played on it. This is all this has ever been about, guys. Okay? Don't let these people deter you from that. Because like I said, if it's $1,000 and it's a PC and it has some pretty decent power behind the box, hey, man, to me, that's worth it. That just shows me that I don't need a PlayStation 6 going into next gen. I mean, your games ain't worth nothing anyway, and I could wait a year or two to play your trash. And I don't even, honestly, I still don't want to play it. Microsoft is out here giving their consumers more freedom than ever, and you guys are out here chastising them. You're going to be paying $1,000 for PlayStation 6, and it's going to be very closed, just like your closed-minded behavior.
With an Xbox sticker just slapped on the ass. But let's talk about it. Let's look at her statement, and let's look at the reactions, because it honestly feels like PlayStation fans are laughing, Nintendo fans are confused, and Xbox fans are mad. Like, imagine if you've only been on Team Green. Imagine if you've played every Forza, every Gears, been there from the very, very start, watching them grow and evolve, all their exclusives, and then just watching them absolutely fall apart. A lot of Xbox fans are pissed. But let's get into it.
It sounds like you're angry. I can hear it in your voice, bro. Like I said, man, we're going to be enjoying those PlayStation games on our Xbox PC. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, regardless of Sony, don't drop the games on it anyway. We're going to have access to them. Good old games, Steam, all that. That's what these guys are afraid of, bro. They're afraid that these little console war narratives that they have built up for so long will no longer be worth anything. That's all it is. And all they're going to be saying is Xbox. I told you guys, I already know the excuse. It's not an Xbox, it's a PC. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say with the new hardware. Well, by all means, continue to say that. Okay? While people are picking up Sony games on it. Continue to say that. Because that's coping. Okay? I mean, you guys are ridiculous, man. Like, this is why people don't respect the PlayStation community, man. I wish we had some rational gamers that would come out and be like, hey, man, y'all doing too much, man. I think I had one guy in my comments like, y'all doing too much, man. Relax. It's not that serious, bro. For real.
I hope you're having a great day. And if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe. It will definitely be a hybrid PC console. The next gen console will be very premium, high-end curated experience. Now, this is corpo speak for ridiculously expensive. Xbox is
talking about my Xbox. Dreamcast got kick rocks. Talking about my cerebral. Talking about my Xbox. Dreamcast got kick rock. Cerebral cicletas. Oh.
Basically the brand that first rolled out this term premium gaming experiences when they started having $100 and $200 controllers and stuff. This is when they really started testing the waters about a premium fan base.
And PlayStation hasn't done the same with the DualSense, $200 dual. Bro, what are you talking about, bro? If anything, Microsoft has way more options in regards to controllers than you. You could even use Xbox One accessories on the Xbox Series.
And I think it absolutely blew up in their faces. I feel like people are getting more and more broke. They're working more hours for less pay, for less benefits.
Doesn't matter. Support the devs. That's what they say. Support the developers. I don't know how developers are getting broke if they're buying all these potential PlayStation games, right? If PlayStation gamers are buying games, then why are these companies going, oh, that's right. Because you're not buying anything either. You're not. You guys are coping. With all the little 12,000 people that like your little tweet there, that's nothing. You do understand that. That's just 12,000 angry fanboys. That is absolutely nothing. Okay, you guys act like as if you post something that you're getting 2 million likes for what you're... No, you're not. You barely even get 50,000. And even then, that's nothing. Because the vast majority of gamers are not clicking on that.
Less time off. I do genuinely believe when it comes to next gen, whenever the PlayStation 6, Xbox, whatever the Nintendo Switch 2 is like in a couple of years... I do truly believe.
What are you talking about? The Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch 2 is already out. What is this man talking about?
In my heart of hearts, the console that wins next gen is going to be whatever is cheapest. I'm dead serious. I'm making this prediction here in October 2025. The first next gen console with even half decent visuals, half decent frame rate that's under $300 and has some exclusives. It's going to take over the market.
No, it's not, because then people are going to say, what's the point of a PlayStation 5 and a PlayStation 6? It has to be a premium. See, that's what you don't understand. It has to be. Because AMD, they're not subsidizing the hardware. And you think Sony's going to do it too? Oh, they ain't doing it either. That's why they raised the price up to the Pro. You guys just don't want to see the writing on the wall. And let me explain something real quick. Microsoft, and I'm going to be on record saying this, Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony do not care if you buy the next console. You're like, what? That makes no sense, GameStop. See, that's why I don't like your channel. That's why, because you have stupid takes. No, I don't. Because why would Nintendo care about you buying the Switch 2 if you're buying games on Switch 1? Oh! Why would PlayStation care if you can't afford a PlayStation 6 when you're still paying them online to play PS5? Oh! Why do you think Xbox would care if you upgrade to the new console when you can proceed to play even on a damn 360? It's still giving me all that damn money. Oh! Exactly. Because what's important is not necessarily the consoles. It is the ecosystem. If you want to pay full value for playing games on 360 to have yourself have a limited library, well, that is your choosing. No different than the PS4 to 5 and 5 to 6. Same thing with the Switch 1 and Switch 2. If it was all about selling consoles, then Pokemon would have been an exclusive to Switch 2. Metroid Prime 4 would have been an exclusive to Switch 2. Of course, Nintendo did put a few things, but clearly that's not what's working. Pokemon, all the big titles are coming out on Switch 1. Why is that? Because if it's all about pushing them because you know why? Because ain't nobody buying the console for those. It is what it is because people already got the Switch 1. And that's the market that they want to keep pushing. I've told you guys, the generation of next gen is just going to be cross-gen games. You're going to be playing PS5 level style of games on the PlayStation 6 at 60 FPS. More than likely, that's what my prediction is.
At this point, I think people miss, a cheap, accessible gaming device, not these $1,000 consoles, right?
Well, that's funny considering you got the Pro, and that's close enough to $1,000. No complaints, and you did that for an upgrade.
Starting to see
not even a full-fledged console. You did that for an upgrade.
What we're thinking with this handheld, and she points, of course, at the incredible catastrophe of the freaking ROG Ally X. Now, the ROG Ally X is by Asus. This thing cost $1,000. Even the people actually buying this thing are saying it sucks.
What about the people that actually are enjoying it? Oh, yeah, let's not focus on that. Let's just focus on the negativity,
Because it is just a Windows PC on the go. Apparently, when you buy this, it takes about an hour or two even to get to the start menu. You have to install so many updates and drivers and firmware and registration and talk to Microsoft's cloud and put in Copilot. This is not the console experience. People have said it 11 months ago. This was Phil Spencer mocking the PlayStation 5 Pro. We're not growing the market with $1,000 consoles. What an amazing soundbite. Yeah, buddy, you're not growing the market because you have $1,000 consoles, right? And look, I made a lot of videos hating on the price of the PS5 Pro. I'm not going to tell you that.
But you bought one.
Is that now? I think that's $750 for a PS5 Pro. I'm not going to pretend that's like an affordable or approachable or mainstream price, but I feel like this is even Phil Spencer kind of acknowledging how much Microsoft is the symbiote just taking over all of Xbox.
I think the reason is that maybe Microsoft realized that it doesn't necessarily matter. It doesn't really matter. And like I've told you, and I've already explained it to you guys again, they don't care. I know you're like, what does it mean? That doesn't make sense why they would make a product that you don't care about it. I'm being honest. I'm telling you, they don't care if you don't buy it because they already got you locked to the ecosystem. Regardless if you're saying, like I've said before, all these Nintendo fanboys, I'm boycotting Switch 2. I'm boycotting them while buying games for Switch 1. You know what Nintendo's doing? They're doing this. 3 seconds of pause. Relax, Shigeru Miyamoto. Boycotting us? How you boycott us? You buy Pokemon on Switch 1. You buy game on Switch 1. Boycott Nintendo. Shigeru Miyamoto, relax. It's not this. They're stupid. They're dumb.
Just straight up them trying to find any way they can to actually milk fans. Like, think about it. Today, I made a video about this. They just announced they're jacking up the price of Xbox dev kits.
You do know you could use the console as a dev kit, too. I like how you're being very disingenuous.
The price of the Xbox itself has gone up twice this year. Game Pass has got up 50%. Third-party developers, just ever across the board, they're just straight up taking everything and throwing it in the toilet. Look at these reactions. Look at that. Steam as a direct rival, or PC gaming.
Oh, here we go. We got Shinobi, bro. Nobody want to hear this from Shinobi, bro. I'm tired of all you guys engagement farming on topics that y'all don't know nothing about. We're talking about my Xbox, talking about my Sarah. Look at her secletas. Oh. Talk about my Xbox, Dreamcast guy can kick rocks. Talk about my Sarah bone. Talk about my Xbox, Dreamcast guy can kick rocks. Talk about my Sarah bone. Come on, everybody. Talk about my Xbox. Dreamcast guy can kick rocks. Look at her secletas. Oh.
Right. I do think that
about my
PlayStation
Xbox,
lagged bashing their
Dreamcast
heads
got
against Xbox. But at this point,
rocks.
Sony has it
Talk
all.
about
Everybody's buying a PS5. It's the biggest console in the mainstream
Cerebral.
sense. It's just out there.
Talk about
And I just feel like it's going to lead to
Xbox,
another era of
Dreamcast
laziness. Why would PlayStation
rocks.
care? Why would
Talk about
PlayStation
my
reduce their prices? Why would PlayStation struggle to have the craziest, coolest games?
Talk
PlayStation is in a
about my
spot where they can just
Xbox,
win
Dreamcast
with a
got
participation trophy.
rocks.
Because
Talk about
Xbox,
my
they're just in the alley freaking doing tricks for Coke at this point.
Talking about
I don't know,
my
man. These are some off-the-cuff thoughts. Sarah Bond, rest in peace, Xbox.
Talk about my Sarah. Oh man, listen, bro. That's all they mad about, bro. That's all they mad about. PlayStation games being played up on my Xbox. Talking about my Sarah. Talking about my Xbox. Man, hey, listen. Hope you guys enjoy the video, man. This dude is ridiculous, bro. I knew it wasn't gonna take long, man. You know, this is crazy, bro. You know. Anyways, peace out. Talking about my Xbox. Talking about my Sarah.